Alrighty, so you may all be familiar with this quote that your brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not there. Essentially, what this means is that people are talking about you when you're not there, right? So we all need to take control of what people are saying, because all of your big career conversations about each of us are taking place when we're not there. Are you a great leader? What are your leadership skills like? Do you have strong leadership capabilities? Should you be the one to work on that new exciting project, or should it be given to somebody else? Should you be promoted? I mean, who here doesn't want to get promoted in recognition for their great work? Should you be given a pay increase? I'm sure each of you would love more money, right? I know I would, right? Should you be given a pay increase? And finally, should you be laid off? This is the reality of the personal brand career conversations that are taking place based on each of us when we are not there. And this is why it's super important that you take the time, and this is why you're here today, to reflect on, what do I want people to be saying about me when I'm not there? Because for each of us, there is going to be conversations like this with people sat around a table talking about us, talking about our performance, assessing us. So you have to ask yourself, who is advocating for me when I'm not there? And if you've not thought about this yet, that's okay. This is what we're here for. But I really want to encourage you to start thinking about, who is advocating for me when I'm not in the room? Because the best known wins. Not necessarily the best known. So how can you become better known for the work that you're doing? I'm sure you all are, I know that you all are amazing at what you do, because you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have trekked to wherever you've come from to be in this room. You wouldn't have that opportunity if you weren't incredibly talented at what you do. But how can you make sure that more people know about what it is that you're doing? On the flip side, you probably know people who aren't necessarily that great at what they do, but they're very good at self-promoting. They're very good at putting themselves forward. They're the ones who are going to get the opportunities because they are so good and confident with putting themselves forward. So remember, the best known wins, not necessarily the best. So we're all facing a real career challenge right now. And that career challenge is that we've been taught to work in our job, but not on our visibility. And there are two very, very different skill sets. So by the end of today, I want you to come away not only knowing how to work in your job, but also knowing how to work on your visibility. And this is what the focus of today is going to be about. Because if you're somebody who works just in your job, that means that you put your head down and you just do a good job. Almost like a 1960s factory worker. You just put your head down and you just do a good job. And you say things like, I'm just going to let my work speak for itself. How many of you have ever said that? I'm just going to let my work speak for itself. I used to say that all the time. Well, the truth is, your work can't speak. So you have to get comfortable speaking up. The alternative is when you work on your visibility, you build relationships and you become known for something within your company, but also more broadly in your industry as well. So that's what the real challenge is, that we have to become known for something, not just in our job, but on our career as well. We have to work on both. Because if you're not doing this, it's likely that you are missing out on opportunities if you're not working on your visibility as well as in your job. So this is a real challenge that we all face. Because being great at your job means nothing if nobody knows that you exist, right? So we have to do both.